Hello, I'm Timothy Witham. The movie I am reviewing today is made by Phase 4 Entertainment and WWE Studios Productions. It's called Knockout, which is rated PG and was released in 2011. And in case you don't know anything about the WWE, it's a wrestling company, but not only do they wrestle, they also make movies. The movie This movie is really good. It stars wrestling Hall of Famer, WWE Hall of Famer, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who stars as a janitor named Dan Barnes, who's a has-been boxer who had his chance at glory but got too cocky and ended up having to retire. Um, Dan Stone Cold Steve Austin's character ends up becoming what he is he's a janitor for the school that gave him his start as a boxer. Basically, he used to box at the school he's a janitor for. Um, the main movie revolves around a kid named Matthew, a teen named Matthew, and the relationship he develops with Dan Barnes. The movie begins with Matthew's arrival to this new school where Dan Barnes works at. And the reason why Matthew ends up going to this school is because of the relationship his mother gets into. Basically, his stepfather is the reason for the move. And quickly, Matthew becomes the outcast of the school and begins to get bullied by the top dog in the school's boxing club. Basically, their best boxer. It just so happens that this bully is basically just at the top of his game, and what ends up happening is Matthew decides to join the boxing team where this bully boxes at. Part of it's because he looks up to his grandfather, who used to be a boxer, and also he tries to join the boxing club to prove that he's not a wussy, that he, is not a big wuss, and to prove that he has what it takes to be as good as his grandfather. And but the only problem is he doesn't know how to box. He is terrible during the very beginning. What ends up happening is he tucks Dan Barnes into training him after finding out that Dan Barnes used to be a boxer at the school. And he needs training badly if he's going to be as good as his grandpa was and as good as Dan Barnes was. And, he ends up, Janitor reluctantly decides to train him. He kind of against it at first, kind of, because he's an ex-boxer, but ends up helping him out. And what ends up happening is when Dan needs Matthew's parents' signature approving for Matthew to compete in the boxing tournament. And Matthew, knowing that his mother isn't going to approve and give her approval, he forges his stepdad's signature, realizing there's no way his mom's going to say yes. What ends up happening is later on, his lie catches up to him and ends up biting him in the butt as well as his trainer. I don't want to give too much away. The basic morals in the movie are never give up and how lies can not only affect yourself but others as well in a negative way. And also believe in yourself no matter if no one else does. I would give the movie a 5-star rating, but I have to give it 5.5 because of the cuss words. I mean, there's not too many, but the two main ones that I did not like, the F word being used once, Lord's name being used in vain 3 times, and then there's a minor cuss word, the H word being used 2 times, and the film doesn't have many cuss words. It's pretty much clean. I enjoyed the film for the most part, besides the cuss words it did have in it. If it didn't have Lord's name being used in vain and the F word being used once, I would give this a 5-star rating. I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the morals of the movie, the storyline it had in it. I really enjoyed the characters, Matthew's character, even the bully's character. I enjoyed Stone Cold Steve Austin as Dan Barnes, the trainer. I enjoyed this movie, but I can't give it the full 5 stars. It kind of bites. This has been Tim Witham with the movie review of the week.